All right, hello. Maybe this will work. Let's find out. So I'm gonna chat for a little bit. All right, it's streaming on my end. All right, looks like Twitch is happening. That's a good sign. And YouTube is happening. Excellent. Whew, that was a scary minute or so. My encoding software force updates every so often when I open it, which is, by the way, horrible user experience. If you are designing streaming software, please don't force updates. It's only going to be opened at scheduled times. But then when I started streaming, I got a bunch of error codes, and I think it all has worked out. So holler at me if something doesn't seem right, and I will try to fix it. But I think I've gotten it all worked out. Let me get this. A little upvote. So, a little refresher. Hi, everybody. It's Rachel. We are jumping back in on this project to implement transformers. And by implement, I mean use somebody else's implementation. So, we're going to be using, I put the GitHub link in the YouTube description. But if you also just search Cubion transformer, I had no trouble finding this particular repo, and I feel like there's a Cubion at Facebook AI in Korea. Studied linguistics at SNU and the University of Hawaii. Great school, lots of good people there. And I don't think it says, like, in the little GitHub bio whether or not he's working for Facebook. I could just be making this up. I really think there's somebody working for Facebook AI with this name, and I don't know how common of a name it is. Cacao brain? I don't know. Anyway, I am a little bit scatterbrained today because I've been writing all day and working on this hello Ilya blog post on Blue, which is an NLP metric, and I thought it was going to be like a quick little 500-word blog post, some references, just like super small, but it ended up being very large and covered a lot of ground, and I'm very proud of it, but I'm also just so tired. So I might need some help today. And where we got to the last time was that we had used the dataset connection to upload this GitHub repo as a dataset that will load eventually. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Oh, I know what's up. I should pause the playback on my streaming services so I'm not choking my internet. Nope, it wasn't that one. We definitely uploaded it as a dataset source though. Oh, can I not do that? Well, you can't open that as a link in a new tab, so that's a bug that we should fix. Is it down here? Okay, there's the Bible corpus. There we go. There's the transformer code. So we uploaded the GitHub repository, just whole hog, and then we are importing functions from it. And you can actually set up this if you've uploaded a repository as a data set. To automatically refresh like once a day or once a week or whatever, so that you're updating the code you're relying on, which is kind of nice. Sort of a weird workaround for the fact that we don't host utility scripts yet. It's something that I very much want to happen, so we'll see. And this is the whole transformer, and then we went through and we got to the point, I think we spent a lot of time trying to find an implementation that we could use because we are being efficient and not rewriting code that already exists as much as we can avoid it. And it looks like we got to the point where we were trying to save out just the text from our data frames. So we have two different data frames that have parallel examples of Bible verses, and one was the King James Bible translation, which I want to say 1600s. Y'all can help me out there. And the other one was the World English Bible, I believe, which I want to say like 1980s. So the World English Bible is standing in for Modern English, and the King James Bible is standing in for Early Modern English. And the idea is that we can build a transformer model, which we've talked about quite a bit in the reading group, if you're not familiar, that will take in Modern English and then put out Early Modern English, so it'll sort of make you sound Shakespeare-y. Shed says 1617. Thank you. That's the date for the King James version of the Bible, I'm assuming. So it's sort of like an old-timey-izer. And I'm doing this rather than full-on machine translation because it should be an easier task. It should require less training time, should fit nicely in a kernel, even though transformers are very computationally efficient, so I could probably train a much larger model in a kernel. I don't want to sit around waiting for it to train live with you guys, because that's not great internet content. I don't know, maybe it is. We haven't got there yet. We've gotten to the point of errors in trying to get the data into the correct format to input it. And Ryan, who was joined us last week on the stream, and I don't know if he's here today or not, sent me a kernel that he'd been working on that I haven't actually gotten a chance to look at yet, that it looks like, let's see, Dutch to English. Sorry, probably German to English? German to English corpora. Okay. TED Talks. So it looks like it's a translation of TED Talks. How it was parsed. So this might come from the original code, perhaps? All right. For someone to notice, okay, so he's talking about the training and testing data coming in different formats, needs to be parsed. And then he got sentences from this German English corpus. I'm scrolling down. That's a lot of data that's just been printed out in the notebook. Can I double click on it to make it smaller? No, that's just in the editor that you can double click on cells to make them smaller. Okay, here we go. So, what he did was he read in the CSV, so this is basically what we did here. Whoop. And then he defined this function to remove notes in the Bible. Oh, Ryan is here. Hey, Ryan. He says, that's how you download the data they used in the GitHub we started with. Okay, so this is where we sort of, it sounds like you are reverse engineering it. So looking at the original data that we know works with the code, and then redoing their process. All right, so that's very helpful. So I'm just going to do a little copy and pasting. Yeah, something I would like, let me open this to edit it, is a way to, so what I could do is I could fork Ryan's code and then copy and paste all the code that I already have. But then I'd have to redo putting in all of the data sets, and every time you put in a new data set, it has some it has to restart the virtual machine, so it takes a little bit. I'd really like a way to just like refer to like a small piece of code from somebody else's kernel. I think that would be really nice. Ryan says, originally we were missing it, and I did that so we could look at what the format started as and how to turn it into what they used. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, thank you. That is very helpful. Hopefully we will get further on account of that. And I'm actually going to do this as well. And then, whoop, remove notes from the, remove notes from the Bible text. And then this chunk from, I am going to do a little manual citation, which I don't think is the best solution for this. Anyway, sorry, I'm just thinking about things that I personally would like to have on Kaggle. All right, and there we go. Doop. It's RYCHES. Kaggle user interface original kernel here, and then a little link to that. I don't know why I clicked on that. I didn't need to. There we go. Okay. So let's get rid of, I do want to change the, oh, that's right. So I want to load in the data first and then change the directory, because in order to import Python code, it needs to be in the current working directory. So what this line is doing is it's changing my current working directory to the directory with the code that I'm looking at, or that I want to use. So let's see. Let's run this, and this is basically the same thing. Oh, right. So the difference here is that because I have two data sets in here, it has put each data set into its own subdirectory. So I need to specify the subdirectories, and the code that I copied was from a kernel that only had one data set. So that's the difference there. A little wrinkle. Okay. And then there were also some imports that I believe I did not, open that back up. I believe I did not do, which is why I'm getting those errors. So name not defined means there's something that is not in my namespace that was in the original namespace. All right. Also, it is bananas to me that regular expressions aren't in base Python. I guess it makes sense if you're using Python in the way that it was intended, but and what was codex used for? So I'm gonna really quickly check that to make sure. Okay, I don't need that because I'm not gonna be using that part of the code. It is a part of base R, regular expressions, and also various flavors of regular expressions. Right, and this is going to have problems because I have changed my working directory, so I am going to quickly just do a new cell. Oops. Directory. So I believe it is root.kaggle. Yeah, kaggle.working is the working directory that you're in by default, so that should work. Yep. Clip. Get away. Oh, and also this directory, root Kaggle working, is where we put any output files that you generate by default. So if you are creating files in the kernel environment, and then I can get rid of this, I don't need that bit, you want to check them out, you can print out the things that are in your working directory and see what all you have. Or if you're creating a lot of files and then later you're using them temporarily and then you want to get rid of them, you can clean out your working directory. All right. That worked. Excellent. So we've removed the notes. And here I saved it out as new text, but I might be able to Okay, so what's going on here? So they've got source train, source test, target test. So these should be parallel text, and we need to do a testing training split. So I believe the reason that they had 4 files here originally was that these splits were done at the corpus creation stage, which is really common for things like shared tasks, so that everyone has the same test train split, similar to Kaggle competitions. All right. So the thing that I want to do now So first off, I want to get rid of these. So these are references to files that don't exist because we didn't download the corpora when we downloaded the directory. No, we downloaded the whole GitHub repo, but the data that they were referencing in the repo was not Thingum. I know, so I don't think I need this. Let's take a little peek at new bib and see what that looks like. All right, yeah, so this is just not a list, an array of sentences. So we should be good to go. And I want to get the dimensions. Is that a no? Len? Series object has no attribute length. Size? Nope. All right. Python. Data frame. Size. How big is it? No, it is not size. Oh, shape, Ryan says. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is 31,000 rows. So let's do 30,000. So let's call this new bib. And so we're using the new Bible text as the, I don't know, I put a comma in there. So we're using the new Bible text as the input because that's going to represent the, make sure these are the same shape. Otherwise, we're going to get into, hold up. So that's 31103. And that is 31102. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. I need to find, oh my god, but they're not the same text. Jiminy cricket. Okay, so I'm gonna need to find the difference in these 31,000 verses between the first and the second Bible. I thought these were parallel. They ain't. Okay, so it's old Bible that had the extra row. Let's quickly see if that's just like the first row is a header. What about tail? Can I check the end? The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. And then if we look at new Bible, the grace of our, wait. Okay, so the old, the grace of our Lord, and then the old, yep, 31102. Am I just like looking at numbers bad? It looks like there's the same number of thingadoogles. No, it definitely isn't. All right, so it's not at the beginning of the file. It's not at the end of the file. I don't know which line is different between these two files. Ryan says their train test split was from entirely different documents in different raw text formats. I don't know why. Probably that's just the way that the corpus that they were working from was. It's also possible that they were training on one data set and then doing evaluation on a different data set to get a little bit more ecological validity, if you will. How the heck am I gonna figure out which one verse is different between these? All right. Let's ask the internet. So it is the World English Bible in the King James Version. Which one's longer? The King James Version. So World English, nope. Wowzers. Missing verse? Eric Nichols says binary search. And Ryan says, looks like we're in Bible reading group now. I would prefer not to. Why does the NIV Bible omit or have missing verses? List of New Testaments not included in modern English. All right. Eric, binary search.